Holy sh! Welcome back, Blerd Squad, to another episode of Blerd Up Reacts, where we watch and react to the latest and greatest in movie, TV, and gaming. Of course, we are your host. I'm Killer Cam.
And I'm Monique.
And today we are going to actually do a first time watch. Neither Mo or myself have seen this movie because it is a new release by the name of The Conjuring. The devil made me do it.
Why are you whispering?
Because I don't want him catching wind, hearing me say some shit like that and be like, here, do this next. Look.
Okay. I guess.
Anyway, so from what we know, The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, picks up with the stories of Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are the famed demonologists. Or did they call themselves demonologists? I think they did.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Let's go with that. Anyway, starring Patrick Wilson
paranormal investigators. Sorry.
Paranormal investigators, fine. It's a little bit more than paranormal. Anyway, it does pick up with Ed and Lorraine Warren, starring Patrick Wilson, who is one of my favorite actors as Ed, and Vera Farmiga as Lorraine. So
yep.
I'm actually happy because this does kind of continue their Conjuring universe. Now, let me say something here. I love Conjuring 1. I love Conjuring 2. I liked Annabelle 1. I didn't like any of the other Annabelles after that. I didn't. Okay. I didn't like The Nun. It was a waste of time.
Yeah, I felt like it could have been done better.
Yeah, and then was La Llorona like a spinoff of that too? I feel like it was included in the universe.
Yeah, I feel like it was supposed to be included in the universe, but because of how not good it was, they were like, what? No, we never that wasn't supposed to be a part of the Conjuring universe. So
yeah, I didn't care for that, and I really wished I had. I really wished I could have liked it because La Llorona is a very, very, very awesome, I guess I'll say, Latin legend.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't meet expectations. So when I heard that Conjuring 3 was coming out, I was like super excited. You know, this one is directed by Michael Chavez, who for the most part is not very familiar to me. I know he's directed a couple of, I guess, Billie Eilish videos, and then his credits did include HGTV selling LA. So I was like, I love HGTV. So I was like, oh yeah. So
and he directed. Go for it. Well, we're waiting for it to drop here.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know anything outside of that.
He directed I'm not going to say it right.
La Llorona.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. Shit.
Yeah. It clicks now. I actually have higher hopes for this, though, than
yeah.
I'm not going to say it right.
Llorona.
My tongue doesn't roll like that. But I do have higher hopes for the Devil Made Me Do It. I'm crossing my fingers. Plus, it's got, again, like you said, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, who are two of my favorite actors and actresses. So, I'm excited to watch this one. I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah, I think with the continuation of the core of the Conjuring universe, it'll probably be fine. The only other red flag to me that I'm kind of worried about is James Wan is not directing this. So I wonder. But we did do a trailer reaction, and from what we saw in the trailer reaction, we liked a lot. So
yeah.
I'm excited. You're excited. Before we jump in, thank you to everyone who's been liking and subscribing to this channel, because your likes, your views, that helps us grow. It helps us decide to pick up movies like this that we might have just watched it and did a review on it. It was really hard for me not to watch this the day it came out, so you guys are welcome. But anyway, your likes, your views, it helps us grow. It helps support the channel. If you're new, just stumbling across this, please make sure you do hit that like button if you are digging the content, and hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date. We're hoping that now we've got a lot of these new movies coming out, we can do a lot more first time watches on this channel, but that all depends if y'all are here for it. So all right, are we ready for The Conjuring 3? We do
it. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Somebody swung from the chandelier.
Woo!
Freddy Krueger scratched the wall.
That's more like Wolverine.
You should try and get some sleep.
Thank you, Arnie.
No problem. Come on, buddy. He can't take much more of this. He won't have to. Things will move quickly now that the exorcism's been approved.
It's gonna be all right. I won't let anything happen to you.
Now, don't be making promises you can't keep now. Nope.
Right.
Nope. Isn't that the little boy from Hill House?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
He's so cute.
This ain't good. Cabs and Exorcist.
Oh, I thought that those. Yeah, Exorcist.
I think we're gonna get a lot of these homage shots in this movie. You think?
Yeah. Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't like how if I need an exorcism, y'all just gonna leave me in a room by myself. I'm 8.
I know, right? Maybe go somewhere you can't get out of.
Again, he's 8, so somebody should have been with him.
Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me? Oh. Oh, sit right there.
David?
That ain't David.
Ain't David.
Oh my god.
We need to do this right now.
That scared the crap out of me. That was like Chucky all over again.
That.
Grab his arms. Don't let go.
Powers of the darkness of this world against wickedness.
Ooh,
What's wrong?
that was witchcraft. Ooh.
Duck.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh my god.
Don't stop.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
Holy shit.
Leave him alone! Arnie, don't talk to him! I said, leave
Don't.
him alone! He's just a little boy, you coward!
Woo.
Oh shit.
Excuse. Uh-oh.
Take me! Jane, leave him alone! And take me!
There you go. Could somebody call an ambulance?
All right. The demon's gonna have to start the process all over again with him, I think, also.
Oh, that's a good point. That was an intense opening scene already. Jeez.
Little boy done contorted himself all which way, look.
And the sister still held on. I probably would have been like, you know what?
We're gonna transfer him to the coronary unit.
So it was a heart attack.
Yes. And not a minor one, I'm afraid.
Oh, Lorraine, it's okay.
So is he gonna be all right?
We're gonna need to run a few more tests before I'm comfortable answering that.
I've been thinking we should put all this behind us and get out of this place.
I just started this job. I can't just up and walk out now.
That demon trying to get out of town.
Somebody summoned that demon, though.
Okay.
Arnie,
I bet you that has stain.
$5, man? My stereo's busted.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it later.
Can you bring out the tray with the meat on it?
Oh, yes. I'm starving. You starving, bud?
Yep.
Okay.
So y'all aren't worried about him at all.
Right.
Or was Ed the only person that saw the whatever go into him?
You know what? That probably. Yeah.
That better be David. What is his name? Little boy?
David.
That's when you're supposed to say, hey, who's there first before going over
Right.
there. Was that a rat? Ooh.
No rats, no demons.
Don't
If
you
don't pay
follow that
mortgage,
rat.
you can't stay here.
No, you don't. You're only gonna get one or two things sticking your eye in a hole like that. Woo!
It was that bitch. She did it.
All right, then who that then?
A witch ghost. She summoned it.
We were 17. I went out with my girlfriends, and he was an usher at the movie theater that we went to. Afterwards,
And then Zach Morris.
he took me out to
His
the
son,
park,
Zach Morris's son.
but then it started to rain.
Like in real life.
No, and Saved by the Bell.
We stood
TV
in
show.
the gazebo until it stopped. That was 30 years ago.
He better hurry up and wake up so they can tell. He can tell people
Right.
about Arnie. Ooh,
Is that the witch lady?
that look like it.
Oh shit.
Lorraine, you have to call the Gladsels.
Yeah, see, he knows.
It's got Arnie.
That's an important phone call you're gonna miss.
Like, you can look at him and tell he looks off. Like, his...
Yeah.
So, what the heck is it? What? Oh, that's a dog. I was like, what is that?
This is Officer Thomas.
My name is Lorraine Warren. I know how this is gonna sound, but there's gonna be a tragedy.
Is he biting her? What is that? What?
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Alrighty then. Well.
Yeah.
So they changed this a little bit from the trailer because his eyes
Yeah.
were not like that.
Now you just stay right there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't move.
Well, you're not possessed, but that doesn't mean that you weren't.
How are they supposed to prove that?
Who's your lawyer?
This is a court of law. The standards of evidence are completely
The
different.
court accepts the existence of God every time a witness swears to tell the truth. I think it's about time they accept the existence of the devil.
You got a point.
How are
Right.
you going to convince a jury if you can't even convince me?
She's got a point too.
You come over to our house for dinner.
No.
We'll show you the evidence we've collected over the years. Introduce you to Annabelle.
No.
If you're not convinced, we'll butt out.
I am not going to. No.
Right.
Mr. Johnson.
Your Honor, my client pleads not guilty by reason of demonic possession.
Why didn't they just do reason of insanity?
Yeah. Temporary. Well, because insanity, he probably. Well, I don't know. That lawyer was shook after going to their house.
Right. Like, why the fuck did I do that?
You're right.
There's something else going on here, something that we missed the first time.
Where do we start?
At the beginning.
Nope. Nope. That's not what we're doing. We're getting off. Oh, see. Some Freddy Krueger type stuff.
Right. How's this for a wet
Ooh.
dream?
That's not water damage.
I ain't going in
I
there.
know. Right. Turn back around.
I'm fine, Ed. It's just a rat.
Just a rat. What is that in the middle, though? And why is there so many of them? Y'all just let
There's
the rats
probably a
have
body buried under there or something.
Just let the rats have the house. I like how she took the precaution of not touching it. Oh, what is that?
Oh, yep. That was some witchcraft. Somebody summoned that damn demon.
Father Kastner. I'm Ed Warren. This is my wife, Lorraine.
I have chicken shit on my hands.
He like, what y'all want?
Right.
Like, just tell me what y'all want.
Perfect excuse though. I got chicken shit on my hands.
I collected these when I was studying the disciples of the Ram. This boy, who's headed to the death chamber, is saving him worth everything you have, because that's what it may very well cost.
That's the witch, ain't it?
Oh, I thought this was them. I was like, what y'all? What?
I know for damn sure that they not doing that. Look, that's the witch. That's dark magic. Look.
I know who you are.
Oh.
Who is doing this? So this person is still alive. I didn't think the witch was still alive, though. I thought this was something that was done earlier.
That was sweet of them.
They just mentioned the Perrin family. I guess they sent flowers.
Katie's body was found near here, stabbed 22 times. We still haven't found Jessica.
Been combing through these forests for over 3 months now, Mrs. Warren.
I can see things that your people can't.
One of these is the knife used on Katie Lincoln. The others I just pulled from the evidence locker.
It's just light work.
I know.
No way. Forget it.
It's
We
this
didn't.
I'm sorry.
Afraid she won't be able to do it?
No, I'm afraid that you will.
Here we go.
This shot in the trailer was so beautiful.
Yeah.
This was so awesome.
So 22 times is the same amount of times that Arnie stabbed Bruno.
Don't touch her. Leave her alone. Oh. I'm jumping at stuff I seen in the trailer. He gonna have another heart attack. I know, right?
Way to open up blood vessels.
Yeah, I have those. I left them at home.
Yeah, well.
You finna get an ass whooping.
Just glad we could help.
Let me know where you're staying, and I'll get that case filed to you in the morning.
Who is that actor? I know him from something.
Black Lightning. He played
the
black guy.
Yeah. That's why it was so familiar, because I was like, we just saw him on something, you know?
We know that this is a curse, and curses can be broken. If it's Jessica, if it's really her, then that connection could still be open.
There's got to be another way.
Right.
There isn't.
Oh my gosh, this body has been in water for how long?
I know, it's probably gonna be all like
we're gonna hold the hand.
Skin. Tony Todd finna be like, hello.
Death has a design.
Look for the bloated skinless foot.
Oh my gosh, please, really?
Like, that's the one you want.
It looks like it's still wet from the... No, I couldn't do this. I'm so glad that there's people that is willing to do stuff like this, because...
Yes, that's the foot you want.
See? No. Yeah. Did you think it was going to be a party, Lorraine?
The texture. It's the texture.
She's so good for doing all this stuff alone, because...
I know, right?
Oh no. Oh, so to complete it, he's got to kill himself.
Kill himself.
End this black Sabbath.
Yep.
Pull her back. Pull her back. Pull her back.
Oh, Lord. What in the heck?
Let me take a look at the.
Yeah, sit down, Ed. What? No.
This fat little dead body.
Oh my God.
Of unclean spirits, fear and flee! Unclean spirit!
Oh!
I'm sorry.
And it was her.
Boom. She just had a delivery made.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at each other like this bitch done gone too far.
Too far. Look.
Okay, I'm gonna take the book to be translated. There has to be a clue about where we can find the altar.
That just leaves this freight line that crosses the river here.
Oh, and the water dripping.
The river. Oh, dear God.
We were hoping you'd help us translate a passage from this book.
I don't like this.
Mm-mm.
Why are you locking me in?
Yeah.
Father?
Mm-mm.
Girl, don't you go down there.
Oh, boy. I'm leaving.
You had a child?
I raised her here in secret.
She's here.
Could you please turn some more lights on? Dadgummit,
Right.
like.
Go.
Oh. Hey, Dad.
I failed as a father. Please, God, don't let me fail.
Ooh! Run, Lorraine. Faster. Find the altar.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move faster, sis.
Yeah.
Look.
She already know her way down around down there too. Mm-mm. Ooh.
Fuck it up.
She like this.
Can't push that over.
Knock all the stuff off the table.
Right. Pull a Rick James. Fuck y'all
Yeah.
altar. Look. Is Ed gonna die in this one?
I don't
Look.
know.
Lorraine!
Ooh.
What the
Excuse me?
what?
Ooh.
Open your eyes and look at me.
Gotcha, bitch.
Right. Now kick a skull in.
No.
Oh man.
Lorraine!
Ooh.
Oh. Oh man. She hoodoo puffed him.
Mm. Ah! Jack Torrance, mother. Yeah, this is definitely
Shining.
yeah, Overlook Hotel material.
Oh.
Ooh.
You're not gonna do this! This is wrong and you know it!
So he's gonna go free, right? Because I know there's people back there that see all of this.
See all of this. Look.
Here we go.
Right.
Nice.
Y'all owe Lorraine chicken and waffles, like, because
Your curse is broken.
Therefore, you are too. Oh.
You promised the demon a soul, and it can't go back to hell without one.
Oh. So it's gonna take you. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
You know,
That's why you shouldn't play around with that stuff.
right.
I forgot my pills.
She keeps some in her locket.
Annabelle chilling in the background.
Now he looks normal.
Yeah.
Look, November 24th, 1981, Arnie Johnson was convicted on the charge of manslaughter. Arnie served 5 years. He married Debbie while in prison. They are still married to this day.
Okay. Oh.
A gazebo. Oh, that's the gazebo they kissed under when they was cheering.
Wow. So what did you think? The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It.
This was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting in the sense that I guess in the previous two, they did have like human adversaries, but not in this way. Like this is somebody who was living who had specifically summoned this demon and caused all this shit. So I think that was the natural progression from the last two movies. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like how they did change it up to make it so that it wasn't some like it wasn't like a haunting or a possession.
Yeah.
Well, not like it still was a possession or like poltergeist or anything like that. It was actually like somebody human like setting these people up to be possessed.
Yeah.
So
I think if they would have went with the old formula, it would have made this movie stale. So the fact that they did give it a human antagonist is probably what made the movie. Because in my head, I'm like, y'all could kill that bitch. Go get her. Look.
It was hard to kill her though. She had a lot of things. Ooh, boy.
But yo, I was like really annoyed. Like, which this is probably how this shit happened. Like, you knew this bitch was doing all this shit. We came to you.
Yeah.
It said we needed help and showed this totem to you, and you're like, you just speaking about like the Satanists and like the third, like you don't know who it is.
Yeah. I mean, but he was trying to, protect his daughter. I don't know if he maybe tried to do anything after that though, to be like, hey, cut this out. You got people coming to the house now or something like that. I don't know. But or if he even really was for sure that she was like down there doing all it, because maybe
I feel like he knew.
I feel like as soon as he saw the totem he knew, but I don't know if he was like, because he was like, I've been waiting for her to return, so we can be together and stuff like that. But was he for sure that she was down in those tunnels doing all that stuff?
I feel like he would have known.
Ugh.
I don't know. Anyway, poor little David. That little boy, like anything he's in, I just feel so protective over him for some reason. There's always some bullshit happening to him.
Right. Him and what is that other little boy who was in Doctor Sleep? He's played in a lot of other things before, but he had that role in Doctor Sleep. Jacob Tremblay.
I know who you're talking about,
yeah, he had that role in Doctor Sleep, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that he loves horror, but please don't be traumatized by this because it traumatized me. So yeah.
A lot of homages in this movie. So I caught The Exorcist, we caught The Shining, we caught Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4.
Yeah.
There were a few more in there that I just.
Was there some from The Evil Dead? I feel like there was some from The Forest. Yeah.
Yeah. And even when David like kind of came out and stabbed dude in his knee,
my
that
gosh.
was very Evil Dead to me.
I just got reminded back of that. That hurt me. Like, oh my gosh. That was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of homages in this movie, and I'm not mad at them.
No.
I enjoy, seeing seeing things that recognize make me remember. I'm sorry, some of my favorite scary movies. What's your favorite scary movie? So
Yeah, definitely. Um, the use of music in this one I liked also. Specifically, so there was the first song, I can't remember, baby, hold on to me, which y'all ain't gonna hear because of copyright. But then the use of Blondie's Call Me, like that shit was like wicked. And then to have the callback of the patient being kind of, I guess, possessed, singing
yeah,
it in like a low, eerie tone. I was like, ooh, that was nice, but ooh, that
yeah.
was creepy.
I was more mesmerized by the jump scares in this one. Like you expect jump scares. Of course it's the Conjuring, it's gonna happen. But you would think after 3 movies you'd be like, nah, they're not gonna get me this time. Like
Yeah,
I'm ready for this. Nope.
yeah,
I was not ready for some of those jump scares in there. And I was like, holy crap. Like this is why I
yeah,
love the Conjuring movies, because they always find new and different ways to just be like give you the same jump scares that you've had before, but just make them, I don't know, I guess a little more new, a little bit more scarier. I don't know.
yeah. Now I do want to call out this awesome ass scene that took me a while to process because I was just like, what the fuck? So when she's running in the tunnel and she sees herself in front of her, it's her
Yeah.
looking through the eyes of the witch, seeing herself run.
Oh.
Because at first I was like, what the fuck? Like what kind of trickery is this? And then I remembered they showed something else where she was seeing through the eyes of the witch. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, so that was her looking through the witch's eyes at herself in front of her. Like, I'm
That's
guessing that's what
trippy.
it was, but that's what I took from it. But I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that was a pretty cool shot. And then of course the one in the forest, that was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I'm kind of interested because I felt like they didn't go back to explain the previous murders that happened. Like because at the end there, the father who was the actual father of the witch, was saying it needs to be a child, a lover, and a man of faith. Well, I felt like we got to see Jessica and Katie, the murders for those 2 girls, and I feel like that was more like a love.
Yeah,
So I'm interested to see like what was the child and the man of faith for
yeah.
them.
Well, the man
Yeah.
of faith wouldn't that have been her father?
I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
know.
watch it again because you're onto something there, and I'm gonna have to go back and look and try to plot it and see if there
Yeah.
was clues in it. Because there was a lot of now that's what I will say. There was a lot of information given in this movie that probably if we were paying closer attention, we probably would have figured this out,
Yeah.
and we probably would have got some parts of the backstory would probably piece together. I
Yeah.
think there's some nuggets like that in there.
Yeah, I'm most definitely gonna go back and watch this again. Um Also, I love the piece in because these Conjuring movies, they're not like you have to watch 1 and 2 to get 3. But I'm still appreciative that they sprinkled in some of the stuff from like previous Conjuring movies in there. We had
Yeah,
the nun hanging up, the painting hanging up. We had Annabelle, of course, in there, and we got to go into the room, and they mentioned the parents from the first Conjuring. So I love that they still were like mentioning previous stuff
yeah,
that we have seen in previous movies. But again, you don't have to be a Conjuring fan to recognize for that stuff to be important.
yeah,
You can watch 3 without having to go back and watch 1 and 2. However, I do suggest that you do watch 1 and 2 if you have not already, because they are great movies to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a different kind of horror, but what
Yeah.
they've done is solidified that again. This is a universe, so there's other entities that live within this universe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Um, Dislikes. Any dislikes?
I guess my one and only dislike would be is not understanding the whole story in terms of what I just mentioned. Like we saw Jessica and Katie, the killing of them twos, and again, them two would be like the lovers part. But and maybe I might find this as I go back and rewatch. But I'm kind of I just want to know, like, okay, what was the completion of that 3? Like, I felt like I
Yeah,
needed a little bit more of them, but I know they weren't going into that whole backstory. They were just kind of going into what they needed to get from here to get to Arnie, to get what they
yeah,
needed for Arnie. But that's probably the only thing. Love, 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 Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson's chemistry throughout this movie. I think that was probably the best thing out of this movie.
Yeah.
But that's the only con I can really think of right now. Was this that good to you?
Well, I'm like you. The con that I have, it's explained away. I still feel like I want to know why this witch was doing. Like, what was the purpose?
Yeah, I mean,
like, I guess in the sense of, was she just trying to gain as many souls and offer up to the devil as possible? Was that it? And how did she pick these people? I know they explained like the why is irrelevant, but it still bugs the shit out of me because that's who I am. I want to know why she did this. So
yeah,
that's really my only con. Again, there was a part where the audio sounded, I thought it was my Bluetooth set actually, when he was walking down the stairs and he was using his cane and it sounded like the sound was muffled. Like, and then I called him like, oh, like if you've ever gotten to the point where you're about to pass out, your hearing kind of gets muffled. And considering his heart condition, he was probably about to pass out. That's what I took from it. But
I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch. The one and only time I have ever been knocked out, it was like instant. So there was no about to pass out. There was I passed out. Like I got hit in the head and passed out. So I've never heard any like muffled kind of So.
I've heard that shit. I'm like, God damn it, not now. What? So I'm like you though. I kind of wonder, part of me is like, there's not too much that I didn't like about this movie, but there's this part of me that's hesitant to give it like this awesome rating because I'm like, was it that good?
Yeah, I'm like, I know, and I know I'm a fan of horror, so I tend to overlook. I tend to overlook like bad things. If in a horror movie that had really good jump scare, like I don't know, I tend to overlook things when I'm dealing with a horror movie, which is what I don't want to do because I want to grade everybody fairly. But I can't really think of a lot of things right now about this movie that I did not like.
I was just, so I'm gonna move so I can pop it in, or you can pop it in and pop the rating here. I was just gonna give it a 7.
Yeah.
Until I can go back and watch it. And the reason I guess I'm giving it a 7 because could it have been more over the top and spectacular? Absolutely, it could have. But did it need it? I don't think it did. I'm just kind of stuck in this weird place. Like, is it a 10? I don't think it's a 10. Is it a 5? I don't think it's a 5.
No.
So let me meet it in the middle and give it a 7.
You're right there along with me, to be honest. I was thinking 7.5, but I can bring it down. I can bring it down to a 7 to be consistent, but I don't.
Actually, I could give it a 7.5. It's hovering. It's in that range, you know.
Yeah,
I don't think I would feel weird if I gave it an 8. I think. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it an 8. You're right. It's not a 10. It's definitely not a 5 or a 6. I go 7.5 from the chemistry between Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, the jump scares, the story, I was gonna say they also brought another thing of anxiety for us, having Ed,
Ed
being so sensitive, because usually in past movies he's been like break it down kind of person, or open this, go wherever I want to go to protect Lorraine, but he wasn't able to do that a lot in this movie. So man, they just made so many I loved it.
Yeah, I'm good with the 7.5 because you know what, that scene in the mortuary also was a little bit gangster.
Yeah,
like I'm good with the 7.5. And I don't know, this might be one, I know I'm gonna watch it again and maybe we review it again, like we revisit it in another year or so. Maybe we feel differently about it. I don't know, but
yeah.
But if you're looking for something to do on your Friday night or any night of the week, this is a good movie to put on. Like,
it'll be available.
If you ain't no scaredy bitch.
Yeah, available on HBO Max until July 4th, or you can go out to a movie theater. I actually heard that this one beat out A Quiet Place 2 in the movie theater this weekend. So I know people are getting back into the movie theater. So if that's your thing and you want to go do it, I think this would definitely be a good movie to see on the movie theater. I'm just not ready yet.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, 7.5. The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. If you've seen this movie, what did you guys think? What was your favorite scene from the movie? Drop down in the comments and let us know. Until next time, we are your hosts of Killer Cam.
And I'm Monique.
We'll see you on the next episode of Blerd Up Reacts.
Thanks, guys.